Stephanie Ison Gray, and I just want to share with you a bit about me and my life. So, I am 45 years old, and back in the day, my whole story of how I got here, how I became a minister, started with a young couple who were a pair of hippies, met in a commune, and found Jesus. And when that happened, they, my dad always said, like, right away, he was like, I think God wants me to be a missionary somewhere. Now, in his idea, missionary meant to go live in a mud hut in Africa. They had kids right away. In fact, they had 4 of us in 5.5 years. I'm number 3. And my mom said, I'm not changing diapers in a mud hut in Africa. So dad held this in his heart, and he just prayed and he just prayed until one day when I was around 7. Mom was having her daily worship time. She'd sat down to the piano. She was playing a song and she was just kind of feeling it along, experimenting with the music. Dad was sick, which probably contributed to everything. And, but the music sounded Chinese to him, and he proceeded to have a vision that basically told him it was East Asia. Now, he didn't know very much of his geography in East Asia in those days, but he kept asking God and asking God. And eventually Hong Kong came to light. In 1986, he hopped on a plane and visited a ministry that we would end up working with when I was about 10. So fast forward till I'm 9 years old. And my parents had bought a copy of a book connected to this ministry called Chasing the Dragon. Her name's Jackie Pollinger. And when I was 9 years old, in preparation to go minister and work with Jackie's ministry, we were asked to join a ministry on Skid Row. It's called Servants Among the Poor. And what they asked us to do was to go live with the poorest of the poor in Los Angeles, and help start a church in a 6-week program, which we did. It was, I can't even begin. It was a huge adventure. So basically, when we arrived, one of the first things they did was they said, you're going to spend 48 hours homeless, and we're going to give you $1 a person, so $6 for my whole family as an emergency fund. We're going to give you an emergency phone number if things go wrong, and we want you to survive on the streets for 48 hours. So we went out. I remember lots of walking. My feet were aching. We found a mission that we're like, well, this is the wrong place for you. We can't help you here. But they gave us a bunch of bus tickets. And we made our way to another mission. And they said, you should not be here. You're in the wrong part of town. Your lives are in danger. You're not going to survive. And we're going to bus you somewhere else. Now, right after they said that, we saw somebody across the room. What I remember is one person walked up in front of another person. I didn't fully understand what was happening, but when they walked away, the dude had like blood spurting out of him. Basically, he was stabbed. So they came to us and they said, we're sorry. We can't get you out of here yet because we need to take care of him. We need to get him to the hospital. considering that they had just told us we were not safe, my dad was really freaking out. I was too young to freak out. I was still in that phase where my 6'3", roughly 200-pound dad, was omnipotent. So I was like, I'll be safe. We'll be safe. It's fine. Somebody tried to pickpocket my dad. My dad caught him. We got on a bus. They sent us somewhere else. And it was basically my first understanding of not only what it was like to be homeless, but also what it was like for workers who helped the homeless. In this place we ended up, they were so stressed out. They were over full. They had put us in a room behind the kitchen. We were sleeping on the floor. And there was one point, the cook, she got so tired of people walking in and out of the kitchen that she locked all the doors, including us. Hours later, we had long missed lunch. She opened the door and proceeded to yell at us for missing lunch. But then realized we missed lunch because of her and felt terrible and apologized. Needless to say, we helped out before we left. We did some cleaning. It very much surprised them. And then we went to move in to our place. And they basically told us, the place that our ministry had selected for us, they said, I'm sorry, you can't stay here. You won't survive the night. There was a guy here killed last night based on race. And they decided he was a narcotics agent. You guys don't belong here. You're not safe here. We can't in good conscience let you stay here. So our ministry moved us across the street into welfare housing, which was our residence for the next 6 weeks. Daytime was classes and training, everything from understanding what it is to be cross-cultural, to realizing the plight of the homeless and how complex it was. Just a whole lot of basic concepts important for ministering not only among the poor, but across cultural lines. So Skid Row, LA, it was quite the experience. I will never forget it. And from there, we flew to Hong Kong, which I think I'm going to talk about next time, because that's taken me just a little bit to share with you. I hope you enjoyed this missionary kid story.